This week, we're talking about how Florida HOAs still hate trucks. Yeah, kind of crazy. We're also going to talk about Toyota Tundra news. We got Ford Super Duty news, and we got the least reliable trucks 2024. Yeah, lots of details in this one. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. It's Friday. It's my truck news recap day. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I do these truck news recaps about once a week. Yeah, because that's how Fridays work. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put a collection of stories together that either I did during the week, give you some more details about it, or things that didn't quite make a story, and we talk more about those in this truck news recap. I also do as a podcast. For listening to the podcast, well, enjoy walking your dog, driving along, whatever you're doing today. Have a good day. Be safe out there. So this comes to us from ABC Action News. I've been following this story for a while now. It's just because it's still crazy to me. But basically, back in the 1950s and 60s, trucks were ugly, and there were commercial trucks and there were trucks. These HOAs that got formed back then did not want these beasts sitting in front of the driveway for the owners. They wanted to get them out of there and not be able to see them as going down the road. And those rules haven't changed. Now, what's interesting is this gentleman here loves his truck, his 2014 Silverado, and he's got to drive down the street, and he parks it at an off-site parking facility. He pays, I think it was like $200 a year or $1,000 a year, whatever, to park his truck there. His wife has to go down with him. They drop off the truck. They drive back to the house because he cannot park in his driveway. What's interesting about this story, though, even more details interesting about this, is this last year, the governor of Florida signed the bill saying that HOAs cannot restrict pickup trucks in their driveway. And yeah, so they're talking about this restriction goes back to when Carter was in office, 1974. So I was a little bit off, 50s, 60s, 70s. So the governor signed a bill saying this should not happen. And this HOA is still saying it's happening. And it's crazy. This guy's like, look, the governor signed the bill. Why is it still happening? The HOAs have come out and said, regardless of what the governor had to say, regardless of what he said about parking in the HOAs, we're keeping the bills. So what you're seeing on the screen now is where they park it. This is the parking lot. Basically, it's a fenced parking lot. He goes down. His neighbors go down. This lady here has this $200,000 like custom Mercedes-Benz van she uses for beauty grooming and things. And she's got to park it off-site because she can't park it in her driveway. Because even the van is a big commercial vehicle. It's not allowed in the driveways at the HOA. And the HOAs have come out and said, like I said, they're not changing the rules. That's what's happening on So I find it interesting. I thought it was kind of a crazy story. HOAs still, even with the governor saying the bill, are not changing their minds in Florida. And I can't wait to hear of a lawyer who's like, I'm going to take this up pro bono because HOAs are terrible. Well, they're just terrible. I have no love lost for HOAs. All right, so then moving along to more details here on the Pickup Truck Talk website, we have, if my mouse plays with me, Stellantis recalled 332 vehicles for front airbags. We always do recalls, a little tab on the top, and those are basically big recalls. There's always recalls every week, like a dozen every week. We have Toyota Tundra market share increases. If you haven't seen the story yet, it's interesting. There's an S&P global data that was collected for different trucks. The Toyota Tundra actually gained market share. They actually almost doubled market share. And the loan for Toyota Tundra is now the highest among all the truck manufacturers. So people are paying more for the truck, and they're buying more of them. Now, there's a lot of people theorizing that the part of this issue, part of the reason why they're selling more of them is because the refresh version had new infotainment system and new powertrains. That was really exciting. And people were saying, well, they're getting more top dollar because they have a new high trim level, the 1794, the special 1794 with the limited trim. It's even higher dollar amount. The truck prices have increased. I've said that the reason they're able to sell more is because the San Antonio plant now doesn't have to share production between Tacoma and Tundra. It shares production between Tundra and Sequoia. Whole different ballgame. I think that really opens them up to building more Tundras. And if I recall correctly, for all the years I've been doing this, I think they sell about 10,000 Tundras per quarter. Well, they used to. Now they're selling about 30,000 per quarter. And I think that really comes down to having more production capacity in San Antonio. Another story right up this week was the Ram Rebel versus RHO. I'm running a video, I think it's going to be on Sunday, of the Ram Rebel review. And I literally had to write the story because I was researching it because I could not figure out the difference between the Ram Rebel and RHO just off the top of my head. I don't know. And so there's some interesting details of what the difference is, and that'll go in my video when it goes live on Sunday. But I literally wrote that story, like I said, because wasn't very clear to me what the differences were, and it has some back and forth with the PR team a little bit, trying to figure things out a little bit. It's not very clear in the press materials. Nothing was really clear. We had the Ford Super Duty production expands to Canada. EV plans are shelved. Then we're going to build a 3-row EV in Canada at that plant. It's Oakville, Canada plant. I think if I'm saying it correctly. They've shelved that yet again. That vehicle has been tossed around from Michigan to Ohio to Mexico to Canada. It keeps getting pushed off because EV is really expensive and the marketplace is, well, demand is kind of drying up a little bit. So they're going to move Ford Super Duty production up there. They're going to expand it. They're going to have 100,000 trucks in Canada, plus the additional jobs in the United States. So Canada gets jobs, United States gets jobs. We get more inventory Super Duties. It's basically Ford Pro commercial customers, which is the commercial aspect of Ford. So those businesses will have more inventory to choose from, which is a good thing. Hopefully that drives down prices for those guys as well. So I think there's a lot of good pieces of that. And then they're talking about a multi-energy platform. I think really they're talking about a hybrid version of the Ford Super Duty, which I said in the video I did a couple days ago. I think it's going to be hopefully have power on board, which would be great, game changer, boondocking, 3/4 ton, 1 ton, or your rancher, farmer, or whatever. You can work out in your pasture, plug into your truck, have power for welder, have power to run all your power equipment without having to carry around a generator and having additional gas and all kinds of stuff goes to generator. And then whether or not the damn things start. I have a bit of a past issue with generators and starting. So I had a power boost. I was great. I used it all the time. As far as I never had run extension cords. It was a great thing. I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping to do the same thing for Super Duty, but you have to have a hybrid to get the full power output of that power on board, 7.2 kilowatts or more. Like the Ford Lightning gets like 9.6. Then we also have the Consumer Reports 2024 least reliable full-size trucks. I just was doing the video on that. It's going to go live after this one or before this one. It's in my head. I'm publishing a lot right now towards the end of the month, kind of cramming stuff in. But that's a really interesting details in that. One big surprise in that, which I'm not going to say on camera this video because you can watch the other video. That's how I'm making them link together. Sorry, got some popcorn to the back, pop top. Enjoy that video as well. Really interesting stuff. And it's interesting in today's marketplace, a little behind the scenes, is I put down least reliable. And the reason I did that was I looked back at my videos that I've done last couple of years, and the videos that said most reliable did poorly compared to the videos that said least reliable. Again, it goes back to my thought process. People want things to fail. And if they say the least reliable, that means those fail. So there you go. We'll try this one. We'll see if it holds water with my thinking and my strategy going on here. But it's just interesting to me. It's just the way the marketplace is at the moment. So we'll check out the YouTube channel, right? So lots of stuff going on over there. There's a couple things that are interesting. I didn't realize that members first videos were popping up here on the homepage on Pickup Truck Talk. So I apologize for that. I was hoping that wasn't the case, but apparently it is. So what I've done here is I've been working my butt off. I'm actually taking vacation here in a couple weeks. And so I wanted to get a bunch of videos queued up while I was gone. And we have a bunch of members now on the channel. We have like 10, 15 members who pay monthly for access to videos faster. It's what they've decided to do. And I really appreciate the members. I mean, heck, that's awesome. So I've created these videos for members only. So if you're seeing that, I apologize. I was hoping YouTube would hide that a little bit, but apparently they want you to be members too. So if you want to be a member, it's like a couple bucks a month. You get earlier access. So that's what's going on. So you can kind of see my weekend plans. We have Honda Ridgeline. Yesterday I did Honda Ridgeline maintenance. I've done a series of videos now. I've done 2. I guess it's technically a series. This week where I looked at maintenance items. And I just thought to myself, like, what else can I do for videos that hasn't been done? Well, how about do-it-yourself maintenance? I'm not going to say I'm a mechanic. I'm not going to say I know all these details, but I thought, let's go out the garage, pop the hood, crawl underneath the trucks. I got some jack stands. I got my floor jack, figure out the oil for the location, that kind of deal. So we have that. I did a towing to the Honda Ridgeline. I'll do that next to my list in my head. That was something. I think that was a fail personally. I was shocked. And hopefully you'll be shocked in the video too. I legitimately was shocked. I didn't think it would happen that way. It was just a 4-wheeler, guys, and it didn't like it. Hybrid Super Duty, we talked about that. I did Mercedes-Benz EQS, which it's $140,000 SUV. It's wild, and I'm sure you guys didn't click on that because Mercedes-Benz EV and $140,000. I did this conversation with the live stream. We had talked about transmission problem with the Tacoma. I split that up in separate video there. You can see on the left-hand side, new TSB fixes Tacoma transmission issues. As expected, the fix doesn't got nearly the videos of something that's broken. So there's a crack in the housing of the transmission. They're replacing those transmissions. I have an RHO order update. We have Dodge Hornet going live pretty soon. Toyota 4Runner review. It's coming in a couple days. And then we have the Ram 1500 Hurricane maintenance. I thought that was interesting. Looking around at stuff, and there's some more details on that. I guess I need to find the cabin filter and that. I got some good feedback from you guys. I'm going to add cabin filters. I'm going to add some spark plugs to the maintenance items. I'm going to go for that. Then we have the Lexus GX 550 review, AT4X AEV versus Ford Ranger. That was a really interesting video to see them both together. I also ran the F-150 Tremor. As far as my review on that, I've owned an F-150. I like what they've done with that. I really do. Lexus TX was a review. The rust on the F-150, I just asked a question. Apparently people think asking questions is crying. I'm crying about rust. No, I asked a question, guys. Does rust an issue or not for you guys? We have the Ford Ranger Raptor, AT4X. It's been a while since I guess I did a truck news recap. There's a lot going on. Oh, here we go. There we go. There's a truck news recap. The Platinum TRD Pro, Subaru Forester, and Jeep Gladiator and cleanches. All right, so that's lots of details there. Lots of videos going on. Just a lot of stuff happening here at Pickup Truck Talk. Yes. So for more, check the videos up over here. Website down below, pickuptrucktalk.com. Again, I do these once a week. Hope you guys enjoy them. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.